tell your team in the locker room?
I told them I'm proud of them for being able to sustain our effort with everything going on, with a lot of the distractions that could have taken us away from this game, being able to get our composure back. But then I also said that's a playoff game. That's about as physical as you can get. And I think they did a great job of responding the right way. They communicated at a high level the things that we needed to do, both offensively and defensively. But just being able to bounce back no matter what the distractions were within the game. And to me, that's a big-time sign of growth for a young team that continues to learn how to win in these moments because these are big games.
You mentioned before how it felt like a playoff game. We've talked a lot over the last month or so that this team seems to enjoy playing playoff brand basketball. Was this game just an example of it?
It absolutely was. I mean, you have to give credit to each person on this team for what they've done. You know, our bench kept us energized. The guys that didn't play were into the game at a high level, talking and communicating what they saw on the floor. Our starters did a great job of coming together, communicating. We always talk about it being by committee, and this was a big time by committee effort and victory.
I know it's no surprise, but what did you see out of Paolo?
Special. He's a special kid. The way in which he plays, finds his teammates, took on defensive challenges tonight, but just his ability to keep trusting his team and his team to have the ability to trust him to make the right play down the stretch. I think this is just continued growth. I think every single one of these games, you continue to see him grow and understand exactly what teams are doing and the trust that his teammates continue to have in him.
You mentioned Paolo being special. He started off 1 for 8. What does it say about him to stay in the game? So kind of set the tone physically, being able to attack the basket, get to the foul line. What does it say about him to stick with it and find that, and eventually find that rhythm in the third quarter, especially?
We've said it before. The ability to do that and not be discouraged by what's happening by shot making or shot missing, I think that's huge. The fact that we are willing to sit down and guard, take on those defensive challenges for the most of the night, but just not getting down. I think you're going to miss some shots, and he never let it affect him. He stood into the other ones and stepped into the other shots with confidence, knowing down the stretch you're going to go to him, and he delivered. Franz delivered big time as well. Jalen made some big time plays, both offensively and defensively, and I just think these guys did such a great job of communicating and coming together when it got difficult.
You mentioned the composure. How much of a tone does Paolo set? When he stays calm, when Franz stays calm, when everyone's just kind of staying with it, even if the shots aren't falling.
It's huge. I mean, to watch their demeanor in these moments when you're getting hit, you're getting grabbed, you're getting held, all those things. Which is okay with us. That we embrace that. We embrace the physical. That's fine. But for our ability to stay the course, no matter what's happening, that's great for this team. That's great for these guys.
You mentioned the physicality several times already. How do you build a team that likes to hit first, that likes to be hit and dish it out?
You're not afraid of contact. You're not afraid of contact. You embrace it. You take what the game is giving you, but you're not afraid to bring it back. But you do it the right way, and that's what our team continues to do.
I know he's standing right behind you, but what did it mean to see Franz get a couple of those 3-pointers going and to be able to attack the basket?
Well, the interesting part about it, you guys were talking about it today, and I think he mentioned to you his ability to just keep letting it go, letting it fly, because that's the truth that we feel and believe in him because of what he does and his body of work and what he continues to do. These guys do a great job of putting in the amount of work. Their coaches put an amount of work in with them. And we trust these guys to be able to continue to work and knock shots down.
Thanks, Coach. Well, first off, Paolo, what did Coach tell you guys after that win in the locker room?
It was a hard-fought win. Proud of us. Gritty game, so just proud of how we stuck together.
You guys showed a lot of poise and grit there after a slow start. What changed for you guys after that first quarter when you guys were able to control the momentum in the second and third?
I wouldn't really say anything changed. I think we just stuck with it, kept doing what we do, getting stops and moving the ball on offense.
You guys seem to enjoy playing a physical brand of basketball, some would say a playoff style of basketball. Would you say that's a style that you like to play and you feel comfortable playing, especially as you get closer to the postseason?
For sure, I think I think it fits us. That style of play. I also just think it's a better way to play because I think it lets the players decide the game for the most part. So yeah, I mean they're a physical team, so we knew coming in. Every time we play them, it's the same style of game. So we knew it was going to be physical, and it was definitely lived up to that.
In both meetings, you guys were able to slow down Zion. What have been the keys to do that, especially tonight?
Yeah, I would say it just takes all 5 guys on the court to be on a string and communicating. Obviously, when he has the ball, he's looking to get downhill, so you got to kind of build a wall, show him bodies, and just try and contest at the rim. You're not going to block his shot too many times, so you got to just try and contest and make it as tough for him to finish as you can.
You talked about kind of having that composure to close the game. I think you started the game 1-3. Where did you find the composure, or where did you kind of find the rhythm to break through that and kind of keep your cool to have the game that you had?
Yeah, I think just it's a mindset, always being in attack mode. I think the last couple games I've kind of just, haven't had that mindset. I let my foot off the gas. Maybe that's because of the opponent or whatever it may be. So just getting back in that mind frame. It's 7 games left. I told one of our coaches for the game, like, it's time for me to, get back in that mode. So just for trying to finish these last 7 strong and, roll into the postseason with some momentum.
I know you're still young, but this team has put a little bit of leadership on you. Do you feel like you have to kind of set the tone with that level of play, or do you kind of feel that energy kind of come off of you to everyone else when you play that aggressive?
Yeah, for sure. I think my teammates tell me that, coaches tell me all the time. Just I got to set the tone. When I'm not playing up to the level I should be, then it rubs off on everyone else. So when I'm carrying that responsibility, I can't take it lightly. Because we're in a crucial part of the season, and we got to get these wins so we can be in the best position possible.
Everyone just kind of talking about how this felt a little bit like a playoff game with the physicality, maybe with the atmosphere too. Do you relish that kind of play? Do you like it when it's super physical like this, when the crowd's kind of going up against you and you have to kind of hold off a team like you guys did tonight?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think those type of games are the most fun when the crowd's going. You're home or on the road. Just it's an intense situation, and that's just when you're able to come together as a team, and you just really are able to count on each other, lean on each other, and make plays down the stretch to get the win.
When you guys have played physical brand defense all year, where did that kind of physical mindset or that physical mentality come from to be the team that hits first, isn't afraid to kind of dish it back if it's served to you?
Definitely starts at the top with the coaching staff, and then that's just been our mentality, their message since training camp. Like I think we all been saying, you don't just wake up and decide you want to play physical. It's drilled in our heads since before the season. This is how we're gonna play. This is our advantage. How we can win games and slow teams down is with our defense and our physicality. So I think everyone understands that. We understand that we also have the personnel to do it. So I think we all kind of love taking that challenge on night in, night out, on trying to make it hard for the other team.
New Orleans kind of lost their cool there at the end. Can you sometimes sense that your physicality gets under a team's skin like that?
Yeah, I think it does a little bit. I think that's part of the thing is just being physical, being smart, obviously, but just hitting first, like you said. Setting the tone for the other team, knowing or them, feeling that, they know it's not going to be easy. They are going to obviously score and, do their stuff, but they know it's not going to come easy. So, sometimes you are able to get them frustrated and, I don't know what really happened there. It kind of just, 3 ejections is I've never seen that before. So, I'm not going to say we were the reason that happened, but, I think just our play, I think definitely frustrates you a little bit.
Franz, first off, what was talked about in the locker room after the game or after a win?
That we had solid poise after, that travel call on Jalen, and we got a couple of texts. So I think our poise was really good in that moment. How we got to stay together, and how we got to expect more of these type of games in the future. as the season winds down. So I think we're responding really well today.
A lot of these games lately have been playoff brand basketball. It seems like you guys enjoy playing that style of basketball. Would that be an accurate statement to say you guys enjoy that style?
Definitely. I mean, it's not a lot of fun playing meaningless games at this point of the year. So obviously the last 2 years we weren't in the same spot. So it's really cool for us to, have every game mean a lot and hopefully get a good spot for the playoffs. I think it's a really cool thing for everybody.
A lot of your recent games have been against playoff caliber teams fighting for playoff position, and you'll have a few more coming up here, obviously tonight as well. Do you feel like this is a benefit for you guys to play against top tier competition to kind of gear yourself up for a playoff competition?
Yeah, I think we still got stuff that we gotta work on and improve on, and I think these next games are great opportunities to do so, and gear up for hopefully a good playoff run.
You mentioned the poise several times. You guys started off really poor shooting from the floor. How did you find the kind of poise to stay with things and kind of keep at that grind to get back in the game and eventually take control?
I think it was similar to the first game we played them. That we felt like we got good shots. We were moving the ball really well. I had a bunch of assists in the first half, and sometimes shots don't go down. So I think we did a really good job of just keep playing our brand of basketball, and I think it paid off in this game. Yeah.
Between you and Paolo, you're kind of the two young leaders of this team. Guys probably look to you guys a lot. Do you feel that responsibility to kind of set the tone, whether it's physically, whether it's with the offense, whether it's with the defense, however you have to kind of keep this team on the right path?
I think so. I think everybody has a responsibility, but it's been communicated to us that we should be vocal and should be taking responsibility as leaders as well. So I think we're both trying to do our best with that, and like we said, obviously we're young, so it's not going to be perfect right at the start, but I think we're doing a solid job of doing it.
How did you guys? I mean, this was obviously a really physical game. Josh said kind of a playoff-like game. How do you have the mentality? How did the team create this mentality to be a physical team, to kind of be a team that hits first and is not afraid to be physical?
Well, I think one is our mindset. I think everybody on the team is ready for that and kind of has that mentality, and then I think we do it in practice, we do it in training camp. So at this point, it feels different when we don't do it. You know what I mean? It's become a habit at this point. So we gotta make sure we keep doing it and maybe even get better at it.
Obviously, New Orleans maybe lost a little bit of their composure. Do you relish when you kind of feel those moments of the team not responding to the way you guys play?
Yeah, I think normally I don't really notice what the other team does as much. But it was the end of the game. We're obviously really happy with the win and how we got it as well. I think, like I said, we stayed together, stayed the course, and came out here with a good W.